I'm here with Lisa today, and she's going to challenge herself with her second inversion ever. What she's going to be working on today is trying to build on the awareness of rib cage and pelvic alignment and her awareness of keeping that control as she comes into full elevation with the arms. This time she's going to be in full overhead position with her body's weight. She will be supported by the hammock, so it's not full loading like it would be in a normal handstand, but it is going to put a lot of challenge. So as Lisa's first time, I'm going to be here as a spotter for her. So Lisa, if you'd like to turn toward the windows, I'm going to place this in her back belt position, which is roughly about the S2 position on her sacrum. And she can take her hands just above my hands, so she can also press slightly forward and help the wrap stay secure. From here, I often invite people to rise onto their toes so that their heels are lifted, and then just posteriorly tilt so they start to give their weight to the hammock and lean back a little in that action. That's it, just with the pelvis. So it'll feel like a little posterior tilt, bend at the knees. That's it. As she gives weight to the hammock, she can now take her toes a little forward step, just one baby step, and she's going to slowly start to slide her hands upward, and I'm right here behind her as you bring the legs up to a tabletop position, and you can bring them straight up into plumb. Perfect. And she can straighten her arms there to keep her neck relaxed. Once she's here, I can guide her knees into saucer, so the knees are going to come wide, and then the legs are going to come around the hammock and into her monkey feet. So as the hands slide down, you got it?
Yep.
And we'll find that position of monkey lock. Great work. So as Lisa descends down,
So now I go down.
yeah. What can be really common with people in their first inversion is that they might tend to collapse, and you can feel it's quite natural to do so, but it can be more evident if someone is fearful to let go of the control of their inner thighs. So if I saw a lot of adductor engagement squeezing Lisa in, which might look like you're going to try and squeeze your knees together, then I might also see that she's really using her hip flexors. Often people doing this won't know they're doing it, so I can enhance that for them by saying, squeeze your legs together more, Lisa. Now imagine you completely relax that feeling and see if she can then sense the contrast. Sometimes with the feet, we might see different presentations of try to grip it on if someone is fearful, and it could look like that. I want her to use just the amount of energy that's necessary in her ankle, but it could assist her to push slightly into the hammock with the outside edge of her big toe, just to help get a nice alignment here with her lower limb. She may like to think about pushing her sitting bones slightly forward toward the wall in front of us, and I can even get her to bring her hands onto her lower ribs to become aware of that containment. From here, as we challenge Lisa to come into an overhead position with handstand, she's going to take the hands directly underneath her shoulders. And this is her first time ever doing this posture. So I'm just going to let your hair come out. There we go.
Sorry.
That would hurt. So Lisa's going to continue to think about that containment, and as she squeezes her knees together, bringing her big toes together, she'll start to push through her arms, and that slack created in the hammock will help her come up good, and try to keep squeezing those big toes together. She's felt a little bit of extra tension, so I might invite her to relax the legs and come back down for a moment. That's it. And if we get a timing now that we feel a little bit more of a push from the arms, just before you think about driving your legs vertically. So we can squeeze the knees at the same time as we get the push with the arms, but we won't think about driving them up until we've got that position. There she goes. And I can think about helping her sense that lift. It's really common to want to push back. So as she gets that squeeze from the inner thighs, she might think about being sucked up through a vacuum, and then relax and ease yourself down. Good. So when we're ready to come up, we can look to tuck chin to chest, reach up for the hammock at the corner of the knees, just here. That's it. And you might like to have thumbs up to the sky, and then let those legs unravel. And we're going to come up very slowly, releasing those legs. I'll slowly sit down in case momentum took her faster than I needed her to, and then I can ease her into back lean, just finding that support. If she was getting any lightheaded effects from the inversion, she might like to bring her head to rest on her forearms. Giving a little rock from side to side can invite the blood flow back into the legs, and taking a few relaxed and rhythmical breaths.